This is how war starts. One day, you're living your ordinary life. You're planning to go to a party. You're taking your children to school. You're making a dentist appointment. The next thing, the telephones go out. The TVs go out. There's armed men on the street. There's roadblocks. Your life, as you know it, goes into suspended animation. It stops. I'm going to steal a story from a friend of mine, a Bosnian friend, about what happened to her, because I think it will illustrate for you exactly what it feels like. She was walking to work one day in April 1992 in a miniskirt and high heels. She worked in a bank. She was a young mother. She was someone who liked to party, great person. And suddenly she sees a tank ambling down the main road of Sarajevo, knocking everything out of its path. She thinks she's dreaming, but she's not. And she runs as any of us would have done and takes cover, and she hides behind a trash bin in her high heels and her miniskirt. And as she's hiding there, she's feeling ridiculous, but she's seeing this tank go by with soldiers and people all over the place and chaos, and she thinks, I feel like Alice in Wonderland going down the rabbit hole, down, down, down into chaos, and my life will never be the same again. A few weeks later, my friend was in a crowd of people, pushing with her infant son in her arms to give him to a stranger on a bus, which was one of the last buses leaving Sarajevo, to take children out so they could be safe. And she remembers struggling with her mother to the front, crowds and crowds of people, take my child, and passing her son to someone through a window. And she didn't see him for years. The siege went on for 3.5 years. And it was a siege without water, without power, without electricity, without heat, without food, in the middle of Europe, in the middle of the 20th century. I had the honor of being one of those reporters that lived through that siege. And I say I have the honor and the privilege of being there because it's taught me everything, not just about being a reporter, but about being a human being. I learned about compassion. I learned about ordinary people who could be heroes. I learned about sharing. I learned about camaraderie. Most of all, I learned about love, even in the midst of terrible destruction and death and chaos. I learned how ordinary